They say revenge is best served cold, but sometimes the sweetest revenge is not shouting, not fighting, not even blocking them. It's rising so high that the person who betrayed you can only watch from the sidelines. This is the story of how I turned heartbreak into my biggest upgrade ever. She thought she broke me when she cheated, but instead, she unlocked a stronger, smarter, and unstoppable version of me. So grab your seat, because this story is not just about pain. It's about transformation, sweet justice, and the kind of glow-up that no apology could ever match. I was in love, or at least I thought I was. For 3 years, I gave my all to a woman I believed was my forever. We weren't rich, but we had each other, or so I believed. I worked long hours, sometimes 2 jobs back to back, because I wanted to build something for us. A home, a future, a life where she'd never have to worry. Friends used to joke, "Bro, you're too loyal," but I brushed it off. Loyalty was my strength, and I wore it proudly. She was my safe place, my comfort zone, my reason to keep pushing. I imagined her beside me when I'd finally buy our first house. I imagined kids running around, her laughter filling the rooms. My whole world revolved around her. But life has a way of showing you truths you don't want to face. Slowly, she changed. The warmth in her voice was replaced with irritation. Her phone, once casually left on the table, now had a new password. Suddenly, she was always too busy. I told myself it was stress, maybe work, maybe family pressure. But deep down, I felt a storm coming. The night it all crashed down, I remember clearly. I decided to surprise her with her favorite meal. I bought flowers, candles, everything to show her how much she meant to me. I unlocked her door with the spare key she had given me. But the second I stepped inside, something felt off. There were shoes at the door, men's shoes. My heart dropped. I walked further in, holding onto the flowers like a shield, and there she was, sitting close to another man, laughing, whispering, their hands almost touching. She froze when she saw me, her smile vanishing. I expected guilt, maybe regret. But what I got instead was worse than the betrayal itself. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You weren't giving me enough. He makes me feel alive. Maybe you should focus on yourself instead of me." My whole world collapsed in that moment. All the sacrifices, the love, the loyalty, it meant nothing to her. But instead of shouting, instead of begging her to stay, I turned around. I walked out. And with every step, I promised myself, one day, she will see the man she lost. The pain nearly destroyed me, but pain has a strange way of becoming fuel. I decided that night I would not let her words define me. She said I wasn't enough. I would become more than enough. I hit the gym. Every single day, I turned heartbreak into sweat, into progress. My body transformed, but that was just the beginning. I started taking online courses, leveling up my career. The hours I once spent waiting for her replies, I invested in myself. I doubled my income, then tripled it. I stopped chasing people and started chasing goals. The best part? People noticed. Friends who once felt sorry for me now came for advice. The guy she thought was too plain became the man everyone wanted to learn from. Slowly, my life began to look like a highlight reel. New car, new apartment, new business. But it wasn't about showing off. It was about finally valuing myself the way she never did. And then came the day fate gave me closure. I was at an upscale restaurant, sitting at a polished table, pitching ideas to investors for my growing business. The waiter placed the menus in front of us, and when I looked up, there she was. My ex. The same woman who said I wasn't enough, now standing in a waitress uniform, eyes wide, frozen in shock. I smiled politely, thanked her for the service, and turned my attention back to my investors. That was it. No anger, no gloating, just peace. Because in that moment, I realized revenge doesn't always come in fire and rage. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is success. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Payback Stories for more emotional, dramatic, and powerful revenge stories. Because sometimes, the best revenge is success.